Big open interest in XRP. Lumens reintroduces the BTC Act. Bitwise has something you gotta see.
I'm a dirty boy, and this is your warning.
Well, I think this is a cool one. A little bit of relief up on the screen. But before we get into that, we do viewer comments. Yes, because you, the viewer, matter most. Jeremy Touche, supporting the channel. Thank you very much. Sir says, I bought more XRP in the dip. Not financial advice. Just buy more XRP. It's a discount, people. We've been holding for years. Why stop now? See this thing through. By the way, I hear Japan is buying XRP like crazy. Korea is as well. Korea has been gobbling up the dip. You got to pay attention to some of these pairings. Thank you, Jeremy. Dylan, crypto channel member. Thank you much, sir. Says, I just bought the dip at $1.93, waiting to see if it hits my $1.72 prediction to enter again. All right, right now, 213. But we got lots more short-term negative to go through than we do positive. So, will we be able to get to those targets? Well, I've got news coming up to share with you. Oh, you see this chart right here? You see these lows? This is my sleep score. I'm actually sleeping good. Why? Because I'm getting ready for a race this weekend. SA. Adams, One Stop Fishing Stop, says, what time you going live? Talking about CPI data. Haven't finished watching yet, so sorry if you said it. Going live at about 8:15 a.m. Eastern time on Wednesday. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out. Bitcoin sitting at 81,620. ETH is 1926. XRP at 213. While BNB's at 550. Sol 125 ADA 72 cents in XLM. Do you got a quarter? Yeah, 25.4 is the price. Lumens reintroduces the BTC Act to explore strategic reserves. All right, there's a detail in here that you need to be aware of. The reintroduced Bitcoin Act outlines a framework that seeks to establish a decentralized network of secure BTC vaults managed by the Treasury. Okay. The legislation proposes a comprehensive approach, including a substantial BTC purchase program aimed at acquiring 5% of the total BTC supply. This figure parallels the scale of the United States gold reserve, thereby integrating Bitcoin into the national assets portfolio. What good does gold do for us? And I'm being serious, US using gold as a strategic reserve. I mean, we really don't have that much, especially compared to our debt. So we've got trillions in debt, but we got 30 billion or so in gold, I believe. That's not gonna do much. And then what do you do with those reserves, right? You see what I'm saying? You gotta do something with them or else you're just hoarding. 5%? Ooh, that's going to be rough. Why? Because we don't want to add debt right now. So where's that money going to come from? Pro-Russian hacking group claims responsibility for attack on X, formerly known as Twitter. Russian-linked hacking group Darkstorm has claimed responsibility for the massive cyberattack that disrupted X on March 10th, rendering the platform inaccessible to thousands of users. Cybersecurity firm Spiral Secure first reported the incident, citing a now-deleted Telegram post by Darkstorm's leader, taking Twitter offline. I'm glad they said Twitter and not X. I'm with them at least on that. I don't want to call it X. Either way, I wanted to share this story because I know a lot of you have been trying to, get the news and you try to follow on Twitter, and Twitter was mess. So I just thought I would share a little tidbit with you. I got a wide spread of news today. Bitwise launches an ETF tracking companies holding at least 1,000 BTC. Now this is cool. I got to admit to you, this piques my interest. Listen to this. These are some juicy stats. With over 70 companies holding BTC as a corporate treasury asset, the crypto asset manager on Tuesday, hey, that's today, that's where you hit the subscribe button, debuted Bitwise Bitcoin Standard Corporation's ETF, ticker OWNB, which will hold the stocks of these companies holding over 1,000 BTC in their treasury. Oh, companies adding BTC to the balance sheet is an emerging trend, one that more companies are exploring as BTC enters the mainstream. Proud to offer this exposure starting today through OwnB. That's kind of a catchy name too. Okay, I'm bringing this up because this is kind of part of that BTC bubble. So if we're talking about BTC directly, and it goes down in price, right? Goes down quite a bit, okay? Miners aren't making money, which forces them to sell. They can't just hodl it because they need to keep the lights running, right? You got MicroStrategy that has tons and tons of BTC. So then their stock goes down, and their stock is off 50% from their peaks in November, okay? Talk about pumps and dumps. So you got that. Then you got the ETFs that are tied to BTC. We've seen massive amounts of money, billions flowing out of the ETFs as the market has bled. Now you got another product, which I think is cool, like that it's tracking the BTC strategic holders. But as that then goes down, as those holders' assets go down, this ETF now that tracks it will go down too. So there's a lot of stuff tied to BTC. And one of the things that Gensler, and I know, don't bring his name up, Klaus, but one of the things that Gensler had wrong was he kept saying that the crypto market was super small, that there wasn't much impact on the crypto market. That's not true, because just BTC now is tied to so many different things that I shared with you that, yeah, it has a nasty effect on the market. Lucas, stop. So the ETF, I think, is cool, but again, we got to talk about the bubble. Crypto projects attract $2.27 billion in early 2025. We're talking about venture capital money, and I'm bringing it up because CPI data is happening tomorrow. And if CPI data is hot, rates are going to stay higher for longer, which means what, everyone? Means venture capital won't want to dip their toes in the water if, money stays expensive. Crypto projects have attracted $2.25 billion so far in 2025. These investments continue a trend that started late last year after Trump's election. Talking about the Trump pump. Before Trump's win, VC interest in the crypto industry had plateaued due to regulatory uncertainty. Okay, look at this chart. This is money, okay? This is money coming in from venture capital. Small amounts. And then it bumped in December. Now look, getting less and less. And this is what helps with the building within crypto. So you and I, we hang out, we talk about the speculative nature. We want to buy some cheap stuff, and then we want to sell it when it's very expensive, right? That's just simple making money. I'm making it easy for us on this Tuesday. Now, these venture capital players, though, they like to start building stuff on there that's going to be used. Because it can't just be speculative. We got to use, we got to use XRP for something, right? We can't all just be holding on to this speculative asset, or then what? Then we play catch hot potato, and that's not fun. So venture capital money is starting to kind of decline. And I got excited because for a couple months I was like, yo, VC money is pumping, and I was excited, and then Jerome got stingy. Jerome might get even more stingy if CPI data comes out nasty. Live stream, check us out. Okay. XRP open interest, $1.39 billion. The crypto market is recovering with XRP in the spotlight after the price reclaimed the 210 mark amid a massive sell-off. Open interest has shifted by 1.6% to $1.39 billion. This interest trend indicates deep liquidity in the market overall. Yeah, I get that. I can understand where people bought on those dips, and let's talk about that. Because Jeremy said Japan. I'm talking about Korea. We're going to zoom in here. Now watch what happens, okay? The dipperoni we talked about. I said, you want sub $2 XP? You're going to have quite a few chances coming up here. All right, check this out. Look at the Korean won pairing. 1.2 billion in volume. So who's been buying the dip? The Koreans. Compare that to Binance. This is the biggest thing out there, like exchange-wise. Binance. The Binance USDT XRP pairing is at 900 million. So you are talking about 40% more volume through the Korean won pairing on Upbit. Think about that. The Koreans are buying the dip again. Now, what's very interesting about this move right here with XRP is the length at which we stayed under $2. It wasn't just a quick, we touched 199 and bounced back up. We stayed down here for almost 2 hours. Okay? Couple hours. That's very significant. Remember the moves with Sunday Bloody Sunday? Remember the quick flash crash after the what, everyone? After the pumperoni of the announcement and then the dumperoni? Yeah, you get what I'm saying. So there's extreme volatility with XRP. Now the exchanges, they're making shit tons of money. 9.1 billion in volume last 24 hours. Talk to you about the Upbit one. Coinbase starting to see a little bit of US volume here. Look, the XRP USD pairing, only 783 million. That's what I'm saying. The Koreans are buying the dip. They did this the last time too, and they timed it. But right now you got macros which aren't looking good. And even if CPI data comes in neutral here, word on the street is that Jerome Powell is still going to leave rates untouched. He's going to pause for longer, leave rates high, and that's going to affect VC money flowing in. And that's going to affect risky asset classes like XRP, crypto, and some of our other favorites out there. So we got to be ready for this because they're talking strategic reserve. Okay, where's that money going to come from, Lumens? Like, we're not going to raise taxes now. We're talking about an ETF of a product of a product of a product. So now that BTC bubble gets a little bit scarier. Cool, because we could track it. I like the tracking part of it. But it's scary because, man, those red days are going to be flowing into a lot more markets. Not just the crypto markets, but the traditional markets. And that's where Gensler was wrong. So what do we need right now? Well, first things first, we need CPI data to come in and not be nasty. Seriously, the markets cannot tolerate any more bad news. And remember, this is all about expectation versus reality. A lot of us are expecting not good CPI, which is good because if it comes in as not good, we're like, oh, okay, that meets our expectations. But if we're expecting not good CPI and we get really crappy CPI, oh, we're in trouble because it totally exceeded in a bad way our expectations. Now remember, just the opposite can happen too. We are expecting poopy CPI, but if all of a sudden it comes in lower, which is good for us unexpectedly, oh, that could definitely help us out. But then you got Jerome Powell, who's got his finger on the trigger of wanting to raise rates, going, yo, CPI data is my main thing that I'm watching, and if it's bad, we're going to jack rates up, and if not, we'll just leave them up for higher, longer. No cuts in 2025. Yeah, that kind of stuff. That's not good because it keeps the venture capital money out. And I was excited December, January because I saw a big pumperoni in venture capital money. And then all of a sudden, what did we see? Macros, tariffs, trade wars, inflation, all that kind of stuff fighting us, biting us in the old butt. So that's the story we got. And my job is to bring you the news, good or bad, happy or sad. So catch us on the live stream. Catch y'all later. Let me know what your target buy price is. It's choo-choo bitches.